Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga, Kawahrina, Kawahniriya, Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga.
This is the SANAT KUMARA. Welcome, my beloved students, to the 75th lesson of Namas University, Earth's spiritual university, the place and community that grows you into fully soul-guided and Shambhala-assisted human beings. Today, I need your absolute attention. When you listen, just listen, do nothing else. You really need to get this and act on it. In my last 3 lessons, 72 through 74, I prepared you for what is vital to understand living in this path-changing time on planet Earth. I told you about the 48 fractals, our divine eternal source first creation, and how creation unfolded. Sisomar, one of the 48 fractals, had and still has to guard God's intention for his creation. Sisomar is whom you know as Yeshua on earth. His name, most of all his teachings, and how he looked, have been consciously manipulated and twisted for other people's purposes for 2,000 years now. Over this period, they firmly established a narrative in words and images that is vastly different from what he taught, what his intentions were, and who he truly was, how his mission failed, and that of other individual spiritual teachers who came after him, have taught us in Shambhala vital lessons in teaching you now. Before I tell you how we approach teaching you in the 21st century, I need to share some more information with you first. Whoever controls the narrative controls the planet, and the one who can destroy things has more power than the one who creates and shares with a kind, loving heart. Twisting and manipulating a true narrative has reached unprecedented heights in our time now. And it is not only information you receive from classic and social media. Our whole planet is out of balance. The energies that rule your beloved planet Amaya are currently 16% divine feminine, 37% divine masculine, and 47% technical and artificial intelligence. The divine masculine is mostly disconnected from the divine feminine. You know it is disconnected when it competes, wages war, destroys, and exploits for personal gain. The 47% technical and artificial intelligence are even worse. They pave the fast lane for dehumanization. Dehumanization through technical and artificial intelligence was and is the tool of the dark forces. It started with industrialization 250 years ago. There were always more losers than winners in the mass destruction and exploitation of Amaya for personal gain accelerated. Artificial intelligence is everywhere in your daily life, and your smartphone plays a vital role in it. It is all about expanding control over more and more people on this planet. The supermarket wants you to use apps to get discounts, and the machine self-checkout to reduce the number of employees. If you take a flight, you check in from the computer at home, and at the airport, a machine handles your luggage. Another, with face recognition technology, scans your passport, and yet another machine scans your body. If you call a service provider for help, more often than not, you talk to a chatbot. Social media platforms started as an alternative to institutionalized and private media companies. Everyone should be able to connect, find work, customers, friends, and tell their own life story. And all that free of charge. Seemed great. It is not. First, a platform collects users, and then it takes over the narrative. In the beginning, the user terms were simple and then tightened up, step by step. Now, social media platforms use algorithms to prevent messages like ours from reaching millions and go after individuals who have established themselves with critical content. Martina and I have left Instagram. LinkedIn also uses algorithms that are not neutral when it comes to what respectful and informative messages are allowed. There is a power struggle on multiple layers going on in the third dimension to control the narrative and gain absolute power. In addition, please be aware why posts that change pictures or videos that change camera angle every few seconds get more support from algorithms. They make you prone to simple messages without substance. You take them in without much questioning, and at the same time, you lose your ability to focus on what is important for longer periods of time. 20 years ago, all of you were able to follow a discussion or dialogue between two people on television for up to an hour without interruption or change of camera angle. You stayed focused because they had something truly meaningful to say. Please take some time to reflect on that after this lesson ends and adapt your way of receiving information. For example, to learning how to read again. Currently, more than 100 wars are fought on Earth, and you are probably only aware of a handful. And with each war for thousands of years, it is the one who controls the narrative who shapes the minds of people during and after the war. It was never the women who told the stories of war. With their abilities to access divine feminine guidance, they would have opted for dialogue and cooperation. If the aggressor still could not be stopped, they would not report daily progress or victory, but loss and tragedy 20 hours a day. There is no glory in fighting. Today, controlling a narrative in the third dimension is used to manipulate you in deciding what information you can and should discover, what you should buy, whom you should follow on social media for the most shocking predictions, where you should work for the biggest bucks, whom you should vote for to keep the opponent from destroying the country and your future, what you need to fear, and whom to disrespect and fight. All of that is not a narrative from one of us in Shambhala and what we teach at Namas University. It has never been a narrative of a spiritual teacher we sent. Let me tell you why there is reason to trust and be confident that the Divine's plan of love and light will unfold now. We in Shambhala have learned from our mistakes. Firstly, we have founded Namas University to reach you as a group of teachers simultaneously, no longer as individuals, in various places, disconnected from each other. We reach you through walk-in co-teachers incarnated in the dense physical of Earth and in multiple languages at the same time. Secondly, we control our own narrative in words and images around the world as best we can. That is why we use ebooks with digital rights protections and only sell original portal paintings. So, when anyone offers you a PDF of our teachings, not directly coming from us, like the Letter of Secrets or a print of my portals, you know it is fake. If it is not carrying my colleagues or my direct energies from Shambhala, it does not do you a great service. You can always check the websites of namasuniversity.org and mine, the SANATKUMARA.com, if you want to be sure. We will establish our own media company in time to control Shambhala's narrative on Earth even better. What we can do for you and the planet now is to let your divine abilities blossom again, to reestablish the balance of beloved Earth Amaya desperately needs. We started by focusing on your direct soul connection. That is a priority. Direct soul connection helps you avoid being unduly influenced by disconnected divine masculine energies, as well as technology and AI. Your soul knows, your reasoning does not. In addition, we activated the 12-strand Sun Diamond DNA. Your 12-strand Sun Diamond DNA has a diamond at its core, which branches out into 12 strands stretching throughout your body's chakra system into the sun. This precious DNA, developed by the Sadgatari, provides abilities for cosmic communication and connection right up to the divine. These 12 abilities include: to visit and be in your cosmic home, cosmic perception, to communicate telepathically, meet with your cosmic ancestors, ride dragons, raise your light, understand light language, read your Akashic and cosmic records, read your contracts, clear your ego chamber, read and program crystals, and to be in many places simultaneously. I told you everything you need to know in the ebook, The SANAT KUMARA, your 12-strand Sun Diamond DNA. These abilities allow you to connect with your divine creator, your original soul, and all the divine's creation, serving the light without any technical tools or support from outside of you. In other words, it is in the hands of your own free will to stop manipulation by developing your divine inner discernment. It is the greatest gift we have given humanity for more than 10,000 years. Make sure you understand it and use it wisely. It means that technology and AI lose all their power over you and the planet. We in Shambhala also decided to change our approach by updating Earth's population regularly with recent spiritual developments and advice on an individual level where to turn to for healing and support in spiritual growth. We are with you 24/7, 365. It is your decision what you make of it. Let me end today's lesson with some announcements. Our goal is to expand our reach to Earth's population in English, German, Russian, and Hindi to include Spanish and French still this year. For that, we need to build teams who translate both podcast messages and ebooks and technical support for managing and uploading content. To ensure that our original messages are transferred correctly and to carry our energies, we need experienced translators and editors whom we can overshadow. You need to be nearly as fluent in the language you translate as in your mother language, and you need to be willing to allow us to overshadow you for this work. We have received enthusiastic offers from individuals to translate our podcast lessons or ebooks into languages like Persian, Dutch, and Vietnamese as well. This will not be for this year, however. When we take a language on, we need to ensure that all of what we provide to Earth's population is available in that language. If you would like to serve this way as a volunteer at Namas University, you need to have a professional background in translating and editing as described above, or a technical background. Please contact Martina via my website, thesanatkumara.com, to help in putting these teams together. Be aware that it needs a long-term commitment for multiple hours each week. Once we start to serve in a new language, our students should be able to rely on you as they rely on us here in Shambhala. Now, this is the final call to register for our meet and greet in Aachen on the 26th of July from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. You can, of course, use this opportunity to have lunch and bond with the people you meet during the rest of the day or even the weekend. Please register via the email symbol on the bottom of namasuniversity.org. Finally, in the last 3 lessons before our summer break in August, Yeshua and Mother Mary will talk to you about healing Earth through Katerina. In September, it is the Divas' turn again. Lord Buddha will use their time slot to reach out to you as well. In October, I will address you through Victoria. In November, it is the Teachers for the Human Kingdom again, followed by the Divas in December. Just before Christmas, the United Heart of Shambhala will address you through Martina. Until then, there is lots we can achieve together. Please do your part. My love and blessings to you all. This was the Sanat Kumara.
Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga, Kawairina, Kawairiya, Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga.